I am sure that at some point you have met that typical enamored couple, those two who have never been apart since you met them. You see them and feel that they are the ideal couple. It's evident that they love each other a lot. Wherever they go, they fill the air with a sweet and rosy atmosphere. It seems like the weather always favors them when they are together, radiating a beautiful aura where it seems like we could touch the love that those two lovebirds feel with our hands. What those two are experiencing seems as simple as the intertwining of two people from which love emerged. However, it is much deeper than that. The two lovers are in a state similar to the ecstasy of a drug. Just like those two lovebirds, maybe you have also experienced the feeling of infatuation, that strange sensation that speeds up your heart and makes your hands sweat, a powerful feeling that makes you feel euphoric and capable of doing everything. However, it is as primitive as hunger, sleep, or sex. Perhaps you have been in love with someone, and it provokes an inexplicable desire to embrace that person. You feel as if every time you see that special person, certain parts of your brain light up, as if you were completely drugged, where pupils dilate, and you experience an analgesic effect when seeing that person so special to you. Your brain becomes slow to process things, and you only think about that person. It is a genuinely beautiful feeling. You are experiencing one of the most primitive yet beautiful feelings of a living being. It is love. You begin to idealize that special person, blinded and with reality completely altered. You see that person as perfect, suppressing all their flaws, and only their qualities are highlighted. These are the strangest and most beautiful feelings you have ever felt in your life. It is a state of constant ecstasy. When that love is reciprocated, those different sensations of happiness become even stronger. However, as the years go by, you notice how the large amount of dopamine and serotonin you felt while being with that person gradually diminishes. It no longer feels the same. Love is more complicated than simply having pleasant feelings. The brain is a machine too complex. The duration of the infatuation stage, although each individual may experience it differently, generally lasts up to 1 year. In this stage, your hormones and neurotransmitters make you feel euphoric and happy. You feel invincible. However, after this initial stage, what is known as couple love begins. Depending on how they experience the first stage, when seeing that special person, you no longer experience euphoria. Instead, you feel a great confidence and a long-term commitment to them. Most couples reach this stage. It is when your brain stops hiding the flaws and you stop seeing that person as perfect. The idealization fades completely, delivering a harsh reality. All human beings have flaws. While some couples end their relationship, others continue. Some do it because they have become accustomed to the company of that person, even if they no longer feel the intensity of the bond that brought them together at some point. Others choose to stay together in this stage simply because they fear being alone for the rest of their lives. Generally, love becomes your executioner. You feel the desire to distance yourself from that person because you have already experienced happy moments with them, but at the same time, you love them because you shared those happy moments with them. You find yourself at a crossroads, meeting new people, and among them, there is someone who makes you relive what that special person once made you feel, with whom you shared happy moments. You don't want to leave them, but at the same time, that new person makes you feel something that the previous one no longer achieves. Primitive human instincts emerge in these situations, with a strong need to have those two special people for you. Infidelity begins, in a world strictly structured for monogamy. Oddly enough, people tend to have polygamous tendencies, whether consciously or unconsciously, much like most animals. According to genetic studies, monogamy began to prevail over polygamy in human populations relatively recently, around 10,000 years ago. Polygamy could allow a male to father more children. Historically, most cultures that allowed polygamy allowed polygyny. This has an explanation. In the case of human males, they have a natural instinct for survival tending towards polygamy to ensure that their genes are passed on to as many females as possible. This may explain the inherent desire to be with another person when the infatuation stage ends. In the case of women, polyandry is often linked to land and resource scarcity, as seen, for example, in certain parts of the Himalayas, and helps limit population growth. Socially speaking, it seems to be the counterpart of polygamy. Polygamy offers greater adaptability to changing dynamics and individual preferences, allowing for a more diverse romantic life. However, monogamy stands as an option that promotes emotional depth and the formation of stable families. The trend towards monogamy in various societies has been shaped by cultural, religious, economic, and evolutionary factors. Religious influence has promoted monogamy as a moral principle, establishing social expectations. Furthermore, social and economic stability has been associated with monogamy, focusing resources and attention on one partner to create a predictable environment for child rearing. Monogamy has also been linked to inheritance and property control, guaranteeing orderly transmission. The regulation of sexuality and disease prevention has been historical arguments for monogamy. However, it is crucial to consider that monogamy not only safeguarded but also contributed to the persistence of mammals in ancient times. A notable example is observed among lions, where the male displacing the alpha tends to eliminate all offspring of the previous leader, leaving only those of the new alpha male. In contrast, species with strong monogamous bonds experience a significant strengthening of monogamous ties, markedly increasing the chances of offspring survival and, consequently, species perpetuation. This is because males actively participate in the care and upbringing of offspring. As a result of this natural selection, monogamy was consolidated, and biparental care increased, improving the survival odds of human offspring and contributing to the progress and development of ancient human communities, while also driving brain growth compared to other primates. The monogamous strategy has thus played a fundamental role in human development. However, it is important to note that both strategies can be employed depending on circumstances. The main complication of the polygamous strategy lies in its potential to cause widespread havoc. Imagine a scenario where humanity as a whole adopted polygamy and monogamy did not exist. It would create a kind of battle royale, with males constantly competing for control and alpha status in various families. We not only come from monogamous ancestors who ensured species persistence through this strategy, but we are also immersed in an environment that favors complementarity and symmetry. Messages and representations always present couples instead of individuals with multiple partners, creating balance. Although mammals may be one of the species most prone to polygamy, they have developed adaptations to embrace monogamy, thus ensuring species survival and flourishing. Marriage has consolidated exclusivity and fidelity in the relationship, and the stigmatization or prohibition of polygamy has contributed to the normalization of monogamy as the accepted and morally correct form of relationship. However, societies evolve, and today, there is greater acceptance of various forms of relationships, reflecting an evolution in social attitudes towards love and cohabitation. Each individual experiences love uniquely, according to their own capacity and preferences. However, it is essential to remember that, despite the human inclination towards polygamy, the betrayal caused by infidelity in a closed or monogamous relationship still has a significant impact on the beloved person. As beings endowed with principles and reasoning, we should not allow instincts to guide us exclusively, nor should we allow ourselves to be consumed by our individual desires. It is crucial to maintain a balance, respecting each other's choices and values, but also recognizing the importance of fidelity and trust in interpersonal relationships.